If you never take the time, you never know what you will find. I'm a crow, I'm the mouse with the least to gain. Baby Mona Lisa in a power frame. You don't know me. I'm a ring on a tree in a life that fell. What I did, I done good, and what I done, I did well.
Dogs will be in white tops and with the silver breeches, red helmets, and the black numbers and some trim as well. And the stadium is almost jammed, though I see a couple of corners where I think you could get 25 people. The wind is out of the east. It's coming from over downtown Atlanta and is coming across, but only at 5, 7, 8 miles an hour and coming into the stadium. Stadium is going to be jam full, I think, in a few minutes, because I can see how they are around some of the exits. Dogs will be kicking off. And Tech's going to have McGuire and Dunlap deep. Yeah, that's something different from what we were told. The two will be kicking off. All right, Tech in Georgia. And as the Tech fans go waving those gold pom-pom things, all of the fans that are in the stands, no matter what level, are doing it, and the two football teams are waiting and want permission and want to go. Dogs won the toss, and they will be receiving in that second half. We kick off to start the game, and we still do not have clearance to go on this thing. Again, Couture is still waiting.
Hey, love him or hate him, this is one great setting for night football, isn't it, Larry?
Yeah, it is. The lights across the way have got a lot to do with that. Still, Georgia waiting and wanting the kickoff, and Tech waiting to receive. Still, Couture is not given permission to kick off. We had one surprise in that Big 12 today when Kansas did what they did to Iowa State, and that'll have something to do with the playoff in their division. I think we're set to go. Tech is waving their arms. The crowd now is coming up into a frenzy, and Tech in Georgia. Now, the bookies say it's going to be very close. Let's see now what we're going to see. Couture hits it high, real high, a little short, to the 12-yard line to Dunlap. We got him trapped by the sideline. One guy missed him, but the next couple got him, and a whole pile of guys went out of bounds on the 22, 24-yard line. Tony Milton was one of the first men down there. Kalen Johnson was also down there as far as covering the kick is concerned. Everybody wound up out of bounds, a whole bunch of people, and the referees still have not spotted the ball on what yard line because they couldn't tell from the congestion. Well, it's on the 21.5. There was a high, somewhat short kickoff that was coming down in the 12, and the return wound up to only be 9 yards. All right, Tech has Daniels as a running back, and Ball is underneath with 3 wideouts. Ball fakes. He sprints out to the right, and we're chasing him. We can't catch him. Ball to the 20, to the 25, to 30, out of bounds around the 35. Made a big, wide loop in the back. And the Dogs were chasing him. Gerald Anderson had a good shot going up the middle, but we couldn't get to him. So Georgia Tech immediately with a first down as Reggie Ball sprinted wide.
First and 10 from the 35.
Tech up to the line in that gold and white. The Dogs all in that white and in the red. Tech is Cox and Daniels as the two backs, but they're off shifted one to the other. Ball underneath and a toss sweep. Daniels out and cuts back in. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He got hit up around the 42. They're running it at us. Battle and Blue had to come up in the secondary for Georgia to make the tackles on the play. And Tech is moving real early. Ball is spotted just shy of the 42-yard line.
Tech's tackle Andrew Gardner and their fullback Mike Cox really cleaning out a big hole there for P.J. Daniels. Georgia Tech slices through Georgia like a hot knife through butter on the first drive. 10 plays, 78 yards, taking up 4 minutes and 44 seconds off the clock. Calvin Johnson with the 2-yard touchdown reception from the fingertips of Reggie Ball, and Tech with a 7-0 lead. As he did with Lawrence of Arabia and Gandhi, David Lean could have directed the epic first quarter. 59 minutes and 45 seconds. We're 7-7. Reggie Ball with a fade to Calvin Johnson for 2 yards for a touchdown for Tech on the opening drive. Georgia countered 3 series later. Brandon Sutherland busting across with a touchdown from the 1. It's 7-7. Georgia has 108 total yards. Georgia Tech has 107 total yards. The big difference for the Dogs has been 4 drops. DJ Shockley otherwise would be 9 of 11.
Shockley underneath. Milton and Lumpkin are the backs. Dogs moving early second quarter. Wow, and Tech made our guy, I think, move. Tech jumped all of a sudden, and I think our tight end moved. Dogs back off, expecting the penalty. We had a drive going that looked pretty good. Referee's mic didn't work. That is not necessarily a bad thing. 7-7 tie.
First and 15 for the 40.
Ball is about an inch outside of the 40. Lumpkin and Sutherland are the backs. Tech's in a 4-3. Shockley is under the center. Got the receivers moving. He ran a reverse, and they ate the reverse up way 10 yards behind the line. Sean Bailey hauled the linebacker Landry. The free safety got him, and the reverse ran right into 2 defenders. Big loss. They saw the reverse coming. We are early second quarter. It's 7-7 tie.
Loss of 9 yards.
Massaquoi back in, McClendon out. Second down and a long 24, 25 yards to go. That far. Have to go all the way to their 25. We're out on the 49. And Shockley took the snap and looks, and he throws it down the middle, and it is complete down to the 30. Massaquoi caught a ball. Houston the corner. Wheeler the linebacker hit him. Shockley threw a strike right down the middle.
Larry, Georgia Tech has seen a different DJ Shockley than what they remember from last year. He has been unflappable so far tonight.
We're third down now and 5.5. We've got to get to the 25 for a first down. Shotgun, 7-7 tie, second quarter, snap to Shockley. Got a block and threw the ball on the ground over to the left on a big bounce. Now Bailey was being covered reasonably tight. So not all together that close, and the ball bounces at his feet. What are we going to do? Look in that wind and try to kick that ball through? We are just outside of the 30, and Couture will try it. Brian Jordan the snap. Lee Jackson will be hold. Brandon Couture from about the 38-yard line, and Tech has got 10 men on the line. Set it down, and the kick is going to be close, and it is no good. Off to the left a little. We missed another kick. And later on, that can just put a knife in your heart when that happens.
Johnson with the touchdown reception. Georgia Tech added the point after, and it was 7-0 early Yellow Jackets, but Georgia's defense clamped down after that, forcing 5 Georgia Tech punts and 2 turnovers in the for the rest of the first half, and holding Tech to only those 7 points. Georgia was able to strike back 3 series later. Craig Lumpkin got the drive started with a 10-yard run, then a DJ Shockley to Leonard Pope 25-yard completion, took Georgia down deep out of its own territory into Tech territory at the 47. A few more Lumpkin runs and a completion of Massaquoi set Georgia up second and goal from the half-yard line.
Dogs up to the line. No receivers. Everybody's in there. So Tech's got everybody in there. Brown and Sutherland are the backs. A tight end is in motion to the left. And they go to the fullback, and Sutherland scores through a hole at left guard and left tackle.
Brandon Sutherland with the TD. Brandon Couture with the extra point, and that made it 7-7. We remained scoreless after that. That first quarter took 59 minutes and 45 seconds to play with countless replay reviews. And then the second quarter, sailed by in no time, folks. But we're at halftime here. It's the Optimum Financial Services halftime show. Halftime at Grant Field, we're tied 7-7, and Georgia will receive the second half kickoff. And we have a special contest that we started up from the Georgia Lottery. It's our King Kong Kickoff Contest, and our contestant tonight is Barry Wiggs of Snellville. If Georgia returns the kickoff this half for a touchdown, Barry will win $25,000 from the Georgia Lottery King Kong Kickoff game. Go to WSBRadio.com to register for your chance to win $25 grand from the King Kong Instant Game from the Georgia Lottery. Well, Larry Munson, this came in the mail for you at WSB this week. You can see it looks like it was written by, maybe a second grader, a third grader?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it says to Larry Munson at WSB. And look, isn't this nice? It's a Georgia bottle opener. And it says, will you please play me at halftime of the Georgia Tech game? Isn't that great? We love you, Larry. Isn't that cute?
Yeah.
Well, the Georgia Tech fans who put the Georgia Tech fight song chip inside of this, thinking that we would do that, have been outsmarted again. Them and their second grade handwriting. Because this doesn't play the Georgia fight song, folks. It's the Tech fight song when we play it. Nice try, kids.
Tech will kick off. We are 7-7. David Jordan will be kicking off for Tech.
And number 20, Thomas Brown.
Dogs of McClendon and Brown deep. Tie ball game. Will there be one fluky play or one brilliantly executed play by somebody, and then that will decide the night? McClendon and Brown each even with the hash marks and standing on the goal line. And Tech kicks it off. Very high and deep. Brown slipping rather with McClendon, and his knee touched the ground on the 2, and we are in a terrible hole. Oh, there's a play. The wind caught the ball. He drifted over to his right to catch it and slipped and went to one knee, and we are on our own 1-yard line.
Well, Larry, let me tell you, when we were on the field before the game, every Georgia coach that I talked to walked out and asked me, did they water down the field? Did they water down the field? And they did so at about 3 o'clock. It's very short winter ryegrass and was very slippery in the pregame.
So we slip with the kickoff. We are 99 yards away from it, and the other guy could only be seconds away from taking the lead again. We're backed up on the 1. We're in a power set. Shockley underneath. And we will ram it straight ahead with Sutherland trying to go left guard, and there was not a lot of movement. Let's see what they're going to give him. Oliver, the end on that side. And Wheeler, the linebacker. No gain. We are still on a 1-yard line. We are still 99 yards away from it. What a lousy break to start the second half. 7-7. We'd like to punch it away from our goal line at least. We put a receiver out to the right. Shockley's talking to everybody, including the fullback. Then he goes back under the center. And Shockley comes back, and we hand off, and fighting his way, trying to fight his way is Little Brown. And I think he got 1.5 yards. Landry, the free safety, got him. We try to open some kind of a gap at our right tackle or inside of the tackle. Brown got about 1 yard.
It's third down.
Now we are third down, and the ball is outside of the 2. We are in a bad spot. Just like that, something has happened in this ball game. Of course, they'll probably play another 4 hours. Third down. Tech crowd just really giving it to us and hoping we're going to mess up with the signal calling because of the noise. Tech's got the upper hand here. We need yards. Shockley goes back. Fires from the end zone, and he misses everybody. Incomplete, out on the 30. Then it for Sean Bailey, who was being covered by Scott, the corner. And now we got to punt out from back in that windy corner. And it's 4th down, and we are in a bad spot. Pat Clark will be the return man for Tech out near midfield. Gordon Ely Kelso will try and punt us out of a hole. And Tech has loaded it up in the middle. They have 8 men in the middle. A man out on each corner, wide, with our return guys. And here comes a kick. It's got a spiral to it, and it is going to hit on the 40 and bounce and roll up around the 47 or 8-yard line, and we cover the kick there just shy of the 50. Got a bounce and a roll on it, and got a punt that technically was in the 40 somewhere.
Yeah, we'll take a 46-yard punt with no return from our own, too. That's a great job by Ely Kelso.
Now, Tech's got the ball on our 48-yard line. He got a spiral, and when it hit on the 40, it gobbled up 7-8 more yards pretty quick and then bounced straight up. All right, here comes Tech up to the line. They only need 48 yards now. We are 7-7. They put P.J. Daniels in. They're going to do some running, or are they going for Calvin? Cox a fullback in motion over to the left. Reggie Ball going to take it, gives it to P.J., who's following his blocking. It got to the corner. We ate him up on the 45. He got 3. Golston was one of the men still trying to play with that one hand. Brandon Miller, the linebacker, also with him. The game is 3, 2nd and 7. They have run it pretty well against us today. Tech is 2nd down, about 7, a short 7. Dogs have 5 defensive backs. Tech's got P.J. Daniels, the running back. Reggie Ball's back in the shotgun waiting for it. Ball takes it, steps back and looks and fires and batted away. Covered well. That was Calvin Johnson, and DeMario Minter played it well. DeMario Minter played it well. Catch a flag down back right across the line of scrimmage and see what we've got. Let's see what kind of a call we got coming. Or do the officials still have a broken mic? I thought they would fix it. Ineligible receiver. The mic is still broken. Tech, I think, has an ineligible receiver. Virginia Tech 20, North Carolina 3 late in the 3rd quarter. From the Atlanta Journal-Constitution scoreboard. Mike still ain't working. He tried it again, but it ain't working.
They're stepping off the penalty without the ball, too.
Yeah, official brought him a ball, 5-yard penalty to the 50.
Okay.
And Tech now is 2nd down and about 12, not quite.
An eligible receiver downfield against Georgia Tech. 2nd down.
Tech breaks Calvin Johnson out to the left wide. He's been out there a lot tonight. He's all by himself now, and he's a big receiver. 2 receivers to the other side. Reggie Ball takes it and is coming back to throw, and he's going to fire to Calvin, and we hit him, and the ball pops out. And that was DeMario Minter who cracked him as he went up with both hands and caught the ball. We knocked it out of there with force. And now you're 3rd down and 12.
Well, that's 2 straight fine plays by DeMario Minter on Calvin Johnson.
We are 7-7.
Calvin Johnson with 1 catch on the night for 2 yards and a touchdown.
3rd down. I started to say we're going to play all night, but we've already played all night. Tech 3 wideouts. Reggie Ball on a shotgun with P.J. Daniels. Reggie is back. We'd like to get to him, and somebody missed him, but the next man got him on the 50 for no gain. Charles Johnson get him. Charles Johnson got him after he ran through somebody's arms a couple of yards and kind of ducked behind the line and squirted out to the 50. And Tech now 4th down and about 12, and Ben Arndt, the punter, is in. Well, a real break on that ball that went down to the 1-yard line and left us in such a hole with the return guy falling. They didn't use it. Low snap back to him, and Arndt kicks it, however, beautifully and high. Tough ball to catch, but he did around the 12. Boy, are we in a hole. We are losing a kicking duel if that is what this is.
Hey, we just picked up 10 yards on the change of possession. I'm pretty happy right now, Muntz.
Yeah, but I don't like the shadows that are on the 12.
No.
Timeout. Let's pause for these words on the Georgia Bulldog Radio Network. And that's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter with the ball up on the 44.5 and Tech moving. The end of the quarter, 7-7. Pause for a timeout on the Georgia Bulldog Radio Network.
I think that we have got a bunch of Southern kids with cold hands tonight for the balls that both teams are dropping. Tech has dropped a couple of interception tries, too. Not to mention all the passes that have been dropped by Georgia. Man. Well, we told you moments ago that Georgia has managed only 28 yards in total offense in the second half. But Thomas Flowers has picked up 74 yards in punt returns, a 31-yarder just then, a 29-yarder earlier, and a 14-yarder. And that's what's helped Georgia with the field position here in the second half and puts the Dogs in business, actually within Brandon Coutue's field goal range at Georgia Tech's 39.
We're on their 39. Their defense is asking their fans to make noise, and they're doing it. 5:26 to play. It's 7-7. It's been 7-7 all night. We split two men out to the left and one man to the right. Tie. It's still a tie. It's been a tie for hours. Shockley in a shotgun. They won't let him run. Snap to Shockley. Looks, fires by the sideline. The Massaquoi compete, and they tackle him right away and shove him into the Tech bench around the 35. Kenny Scott, the cornerback, hit him right away. Let's see where they'll mark it, because it was in front of all the players, and the official brings it out and puts it where? Right on the 34. So we got 5, second down. 2nd and 5. Thomas Brown is now the running back. Shockley back there in that shotgun. He walks up and talks to everybody. Jones turned around and looked at him, the guard. Shockley going to take it. And we bounce a guy outside, and a flag down on the play, though. Catch a call. Walker, the defensive tackle. We may have a holding call here. Let's see. As I saw where the flag was flying. The play was about a 2 or 2.5 yard gain. Georgia's retreating, expecting a penalty. The clock stopped at 5 minutes and 12 seconds.
Holding on the offense, number 81. 10-yard penalty. We play second down.
Well, going to be second and long now. Stanford leads Notre Dame 31-30 in the fourth quarter with 106 seconds left to go.
Larry, that completion to Mohamed Massaquoi a couple of minutes ago, only the 3rd completion of the second half for DJ Shockley. He's 3 of 8.
Second down, 14.5. We're out there on the Tech 44. We were about to get in field goal range, so Shockley's in a shotgun. Takes it, drops back. They're coming on him. He passes complete to the tight end, and Pope gets hit hard as he steps over their 33. Hall, the linebacker, and Scott, the corner, hit him very hard. He hit that big tight end over on the right sideline. No, with the wind swirling like this, you've got to get closer if you're thinking about a field goal. Now, where are we? 3rd down and what? Ball is sitting on the 32.5. 3rd down, we need almost, not quite 4. Almost 4. Shotgun, Shockley, 3rd down. Shockley takes it, drops back. Going to throw to a man open, complete on the 30, and the receiver going to be driven out of bounds around the 25, and that was Mario Raley. Dennis Davis, a cornerback, ran him out. The guy from Charlotte, North Carolina, Mario Raley, 6'1", 190 junior, was wide open over on the left. Nobody around, and Shockley put it on his knees. He turned to face him, and Shockley put it in there. Hey, we got a first down, and we're about a foot inside of the 25.
It's a great way to get more playing time. Catch the ball.
So we are in an eye with Brown and Sutherland. Tech masses up into almost a 7-man line. Shockley. Tech jumped offside. Shockley going to take it. Flags down. We try to hand around, and we were going to run that semi-sweep with blockers pulling out in front of Brown and go out to the right, but they had already blown it. And Ivey, the defensive tackle. Tech was
offside.
Threatening, blitzing.
On the defense, number 94. With contact.
Yeah, you're right, Harry.
5-yard penalty.
5-yard penalty on the tackle. Now the ball has come down to the 20, you guys. And the clock is 4:08. We took our tight ends out, Louis tells me. We got a whole bunch of receivers in there now. Well, now you're first down and 5. First down and 5. Brown and Sutherland are the backs in the eye behind Shockley. We're on their 19.5. And we're going to give it to Brown and try to go at left tackle, and they just can't do anything. I think we got 1.5 yards, but Wilkinson, the linebacker, was there, and there were other people, too. Let's see how far we got. We tried to run Brown and get some power over there at left tackle, and I don't think we did it. We may be just kind of playing a little bit with the clock and stuff. The ball is on the 19-yard line. And we run a tight end back in. 3:37 to go. Man, it's 7-7. We are in an eye. Shockley underneath. They're coming up into a 6-man line with the snap. Shockley goes back, and he's going to throw it in the end zone. Touchdown! Brian McClendon. They beat a corner. He faded a pattern on him, and the guy caught it with room to spare in the back of the end zone. Shockley threw a perfect pass. The scoreboard just changed. It's 13-7. It ain't over yet. 10 men on the line. Couture going to stick up that extra point and make it 14-7. But there's more than 3 minutes to go, and I'll guarantee you the clock is not going to move. Take a quick SEC timeout here on the Georgia Bulldog Radio Network.
Georgia goes 39 yards in 5 plays, eating up 2 minutes and 8 seconds off the clock, and the Dogs are able to put points on the board for the first time since the 5:16 mark of the first quarter. We had gone more than 40, almost 47 minutes without any scoring by either team, but Brian McClendon hauls in the fade pass from DJ Shockley. The extra point by Brandon Couture is good. And a little redemption for BMAC there, who dropped a couple of balls in the first half. But Brian McClendon hanging on there for what is the touchdown that's now given Georgia the 14-7 lead.
You can almost say we hadn't scored since last night. And you know, Flowers' punt return kind of started that thing.
And now Reggie Ball, for the second year in a row, gets to try to march Georgia Tech down the field against the Georgia defense.
Not a lot
in
of
the
time.
2-minute drill.
3 minutes, 18 seconds. McGuire, a big junior wide receiver. Dunlap, another junior who is not as tall, but he's a 200-pounder. And so we will be kicking off.
I just saw the replay on that touchdown. What a sweet little stop-and-go route run by Brian McClendon. He faked the curl to the inside at about 5 yards and then stepped around the D-back.
Couture hits it a mile. It's just sailing high. It's coming down on the 5 to Dunlap, to the 10. Dunlap, a man missed him, to the 20, 22, 25, spinning around, and he gets hit hard on the 26. Now, Tech has a little over 70 yards to go. Lauren, what do you got?
Well, they hardly had time to celebrate the touchdown pass to Brian McClendon. Everybody rushed to the defense. You got to hold them, and that is exactly the obvious. But he's going to have some big plays. He's got time if he makes big plays.
Ball's on the 25.5. P.J. Daniels in at the tail. Cox at the full. Tech very quickly has their quarterback, Reggie Ball, under the center. Fullback sliding. Toss sweep to P.J. Daniels. Staggered after we bumped him, and then another guy hit him, but he got it up over the 30 and was going out of bounds. I don't know if he got out, though. The clock is moving. Danny Vernon Wheeler hit him. Moses had a piece of him. Clock is 2:54, 2:53. No sense looking at that thing. It ain't going to help us. Ball on the 31, second down. Here comes Tech quickly up to the line, and they got P.J. Daniels in there. He did them a lot of stuff last year. They're going to go with him tonight because he's been pretty tough. Ball back, dumps a pass right across the middle. It is complete, and we don't get him until he gets up to the 48. Big George Cooper, the tight end. Second time they've hit him. Danny Verdun Wheeler got him from behind, and Tech very quickly has taken that ball up to almost the 50. It's 14-7, but here comes Tech. 2:32 to go. Choice is in, a fresh running back. The clock now moving. Two men split right, one man left. Shotgun, Reggie Ball. Ball takes it. He's going to run, and he breaks out here to the left, and he cuts back in the middle of 35, the 40, down over the 30, and will deliberately go out of bounds inside of the 25. Reggie Ball straight ahead, leaned left once, went back and straightened it up. Trey Battle was pushing him out. And just like that, Georgia Tech is all the way down the field in less than, 45 seconds or so? They are on our 22 and a half. What did I say about overtime? 14-7. We had the lead, and here's Tech going to try to take it back. Choice, the running back. Reggie Ball back in the shotgun. Ball takes it. He's dropping back. We're blitzing from one side. He fires. Incomplete. Crowd thought we hit the receiver late, but the guy was already coming on the receiver out over on the 25 across the field. Deshard choice. And the ball will come back out, and they'll set it down. Second down, and they are on our 22 and a half. It's 14-7. It's 2:07. That's a whole lot of time. I mean, a whole lot of time if you're trying to cling to something. Tech will walk up to the line, and P.J. Daniels is still out there, and he should be. Reggie Ball in a shotgun. Fullback sliding over to the right in motion. Ball takes it, gives it to P.J. Somebody came in and got him from behind. Linebacker, Jarvis Jackson. Starting in Tony Taylor's spot tonight when Tony got hurt. He blitzed off a corner. And on the handoff, got the guy right away from behind. The ball is back out of the 26 and a half. The loss was 4 yards. Now, that was a big play. It's third down, but this is a bigger play.
Boy, that was huge by Jackson. A minute after cracking Tashard Choice in the back.
Calvin Johnson is one of those receivers. Three men split out. Tech's in a shotgun. Reggie Ball. Third down and 14. He's standing and looking, and he's going to throw it right in the middle of everybody, and it is dropped as he goes across the line. Oh, a flag has just come down. We had two guys with Calvin Johnson. Everybody falling, going over the goal line, and that may have done it, men. Let's get the call. Let's get the call. Now, the flag is still laying down there on the 3 of the 4. Everybody's wondering. The 4 officials are discussing it.
It's a pretty good call, Larry. It looks like our safety got his arm around Calvin's neck. And how Reggie Ball got their ball into there. Quadruple
Pass
coverage.
interference on the defense, number 17. The field is 15 yards from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
Well, what do they have to go? A half a yard or what?
No, they'll get it on the 11. Remember, it's only 15 yards now on the pass interference. It's no longer the spot of the foul.
So Big Swain has to come running back out and get in his place on the defensive line. On the pass interference, Tech needs 11 and a half yards to tie this thing up. They got 78 seconds.
I think they'll try a fade.
Reggie Ball underneath, puts that tight end, puts him over on the right side. Ball comes back, throws a bullet, and we intercepted on the 5. The Dogs have got a man going down the sideline. Tim Jennings is going to go out of bounds deliberately around the 40. He stepped in front of Bilbo. Tim Jennings grabbed the ball exactly on the 5, all by himself, and streaked down the side. We may have saved our whatchamacallit. Tim Jennings streaking down the side.
You can't spell Tim Jennings without I-N-T, baby. Man, what a big interception.
With 70 seconds, the clock is now. My God, hold on to the ball now. We are on our own 34. He deliberately ran it out there. Tech has 2 timeouts. Oh, yeah, and we're going to try to kill. They'll just keep calling timeouts. We're going to have to kick the ball back to them. We are in a shotgun. We are on our own 33 and a half. Tech playing a 4-3. Snap to Shockley. Shockley looks. He's got room to run. He's going to break out to the left at the 35, the 36. He slides down right there. Reese, the strong safety, came up to hit him. Boy, for a moment, I thought he really had a lot of room to run. because Tech was playing the linebackers back. Tech's going to call time here to stop the clock. Quick SEC timeout. Oh, no, there's nothing quick about this. On the Georgia Bulldog Radio Network. Going to hand it off to Brown, and they crash him behind the line about 4 yards back on the 30. And Yabi, the defensive tackle, was the guy that got him, just breaking into a blocker. And how much did we lose on the play? Tech used up a timeout right here. Let's pause for station identification on the Georgia Bulldog Radio Network. What do you do here?
Atlanta's news, weather, and traffic station. News Talk 750 WSB.
Coach Rick talks about the Georgia Tech game Monday morning.
The ball is on the 30. We couldn't block anybody, and they ate our running back alive back there.
It's okay. Just don't fumble the ball. Larry, I'm thinking of Jeff Hippen, 79, who had 3 interceptions in this place when Georgia won. Tony Flack with a game-saving interception in 1983. Brandon Tolbert, I believe, was the one who had the big interception in the 95 win over Tech. Tim Wansley here in 2001, and Lord knows in 97 we must have had somebody who had a big interception in that 27-24 win over Georgia Tech. Great interceptions by Georgia defensive backs, and Tim Jennings' name will now go down in lore.
But there's too much time left. We got 3 men out. We're 3rd down and 14 now. We need a big first down. And we run Brown, drive him up the middle, and he made a pretty good run. He got about 8 or 9 yards, and the clock is running, you guys. The timeouts are gone. Louis keeps reminding me that. We're leading 14-7. Look at the clock, 35 seconds. We're up on the 39-yard line, and it is 4th down. 28 seconds. Look at nobody moving in the stadium. Look at the stadium just glued to their seats because there's a little mental stuff going on here. No, not on my part. Ball on the 39 is 4th down and almost 5, not quite. Look at the clock. Look at the seconds moving. And now we are going to call time and stop that clock because we had a couple. They don't have any. Notre Dame has defeated Stanford 38-31. Darius Walker scored with less than a minute to go. Ball is up on the 39. The clock is 12 seconds, and it's 4th down and a short 5.
Georgia managed 3 first downs in the second half against Georgia Tech's defense. But 266 yards for the day.
That's what we got, 266?
266. As Mike Cavan pointed out to me earlier, if a bunch of guys don't drop balls, we're probably at 340 right now. All those drops in the first half really helped Georgia Tech in this thing.
Brown's 9-yard run a moment ago was pretty good. Well, we're 4th down. We're going to kick it with 12 seconds. They got James Johnson now as their safety man. Tech's going to load it up and try to come after Gordon Ely-Kelso. 4th down, less than 5. He gets a snap, and he gets a kick away, and he kicked a beautiful spiral. Fair catch. Tech takes on the 15. And we were down there to cover it. 6 seconds. 6 seconds to go. Tech can play. They can make a play and make another one maybe. 6 seconds. Gordon Ely-Kelso got you a kick when you wanted it.
46-yarder. He has been bombing them. Aside from that one shank, he has been bombing them for Georgia all day.
It's not over, you guys. It's 14-7 and we lead. Georgia fans are making noise over there. Here comes Tech. They break out, and they are going to get on the line already. And we are spread. We got guys all over the field with only 3 men on the line. Tech stacks 3 receivers over on the far right with 6 seconds. Snap. Reggie Ball running back on the 5-yard line looking. And now he's going to throw it about 55 yards. It's coming down around the 30. Everybody jumping. It is incomplete. And the ball game is going to be over. We had 3 or 4 guys jumping. One of them is going to come up awfully late, I think, and that was the receiving man, Johnson. And the Dogs have won a ball game by the skin of their teeth, 14-7. Reggie floated over to the right end, really hauled off and threw one, and we had a lot of coverage over there. We have won the ball game. And at the half, just about everybody was saying, all over the press box, there's going to be one big play somewhere that is going to decide it. We have won it 14-7. Guess what, though, you guys? Tech's pretty good.
Tech's pretty good, but they've lost to us 12 times in a row.
Oh, you won that 12 times.
Let's count them again. 1991 through 97. Then they vacate games in 98, 99, and 2000. Then we won 2001 through 2005. 7 plus 5 is 12.
Well, 14-7, and both teams are mingling together out in the field.
If you never take the time, you never know what you will find. I'm a crow, I'm the most with the least to gain. A baby Mona Lisa in a power frame. You don't know me. I'm a ring on a tree in a life that fell. What I did, I done good, and what I done, I did well.
Now to tell you all about today's game as he tries to get us a win in this old Kentucky home, the legendary voice of the Georgia Bulldogs, Larry Munson.
And I see some blue sky coming up from over on the west for the first time today, and all this gray stuff's moving. The field is wet. This thing was uncovered. It rained a day and a half on this thing. Dogs will be in white. Get the picture now as Kerouac is setting up the kickoff. White tops with the silver breeches and the black numbers and trim and red helmets. Kentucky's at home. They're in that blue with the white pants and the white helmets and trim. They have Abney and Beach as the deep men, and Abney has been trying to set some conference return records this year for them. Auburn killed LSU. That's a final 31-7, and Wake Forest killed North Carolina 31-0. Dogs will kick off. Kentucky going to receive. The ball gets up in the air the way we're facing. The wind's going to push it a little bit. The wind is still kind of out of the west. And Kerouac hits it very high and coming down around the 7 or 8 yard line to Abney. Down this sideline trying to get up, got up to about the 29. Couple of white shirts had good field position, squatted right in front of him and hit him inside of the 30 as he went down. Cats. 2 men left, 1 man right, 1 running back. Big Lorenzen underneath. They're on our 33. Going to give it to the running back. Pinner outside the tackle. There he goes. 20, 15, 10. They'll never stop him, and he scores. They had a hole over at our left tackle. We had 1 defensive back to get a shot at him possibly, but they had a blocker on him on the far sideline, and Pinner has just burst out with a 33-yard scoring run, and that was the thing that a lot of us worried about coming in the game. He is the reason they are balanced. Had a good block from his fullback, Rondell Johnson, and got him through the hole, and the Cats lead quick, and that big running back just killed us right there for 33 yards, and it's 6-0. And Begley will try the extra point. The kick is up, kick is good, and Kentucky leads 7-0 early. We've hardly had the ball. Dogs are first down on their own 17. We're in an eye with 2 wideouts. The crowd is just really making a lot of noise. Cats are almost in a 5-man line. We fake it to the tail, and David Green throws it long, intended for Terrence Edward. It is complete on their 45, and he's out of bounds on the 44. Burress, the corner, was running with him. We struck long down the right side from our 17 down inside of their 45. About an exact 40-yard play if they put it in on the 43. And Dogs are on the 25, 3rd down, a full 5. 4 wideouts. Shotgun. Green standing back there. Now he puts Milton in motion out to the left, and Green is standing there looking. Right down the middle, complete to Damian Gary, touchdown. Damian Gary, fine pattern, and Green threw a beautiful strike to him from the 25-yard line, and it's 7-6.
Green got great protection, and he threaded the needle right down the seam. Gary with a nice pattern, but the protection, the key to that play, is Green was able to stand in the pocket and wait for Gary to come open.
And Billy Bennett
illness and all, will try the extra point to try and tie it up. They have, at the moment, 9 on the line. Bennett sticks it up, and the kick is good. And we're all tied up here, and we are 7-7. Across our 25, and here is Kentucky again, knocking on the door. They are just inside the 25.
Well, Abney's got too much speed for Georgia's linebackers to stay with him. All he does is run a few yards beyond the line of scrimmage and give Lorenzen a little bit of a safety valve right there, and then he turns that into a huge play.
7-7 tie. Cats threatening again. We are in what amounts to a 4-4, almost a 4-5. Lorenzen talking to his receivers. He's got 3 of them and a slot man. Lorenzen back to pass and throws a long fade pattern in the corner. Touchdown! Aaron Boone was about a half a step ahead of our strong safety deep in there. And the great big giant quarterback threw a perfect fly pattern playing down in the end zone, and the Cats have struck again. You cannot beat this team unless you score 55 points, apparently. That's what it looks like right now. But that's what it looked like last year and the year before, too. 13-7, Kentucky leads. Begley will try the extra point. They set it down, and the kick is up there. The kick is good, and Kentucky leads 14-7 and 10. DJ Shockley is the quarterback. We have 4 wideouts. We're trailing 14-7 in Lexington. Shockley takes a snap. Looks, going to run straight ahead. Wide open. 15 quick yards. 20, 25. About 30, got it all the way to their 40-yard line. Derek Tatum got him. You're trailing by 7. Shotgun. 2 receivers out wide right, 2 short left, and a man in motion right, and Shockley's looking and fires. It is complete to the 26, down to the 23 to Reggie Brown, who curled around on the first down. He found Reggie open. Antoine Hoffman, a corner. David Johnson, a linebacker, hit him. Damian Gary splits out to the left. Terrence to the right. Wall and Milton are the backs in an eye. Shockley underneath looking at a 5-man front. And Shockley going to fake it. He's in trouble. Bootlegs left. Throws a pass to a man wide open. Big Watson. Watson in the corner. Touchdown down in the corner.
How about that fake by DJ Shockley? He had 3 defensive linemen right on top of him that went with the ball. Carrier, or the alleged ball carrier. Shockley had the ball all the time, and Watson on that little rollout was wide open for an easy score. 3 men almost had him trapped as he went left. 2 of the linebackers, Riley and Bouquet, were really on him as he dumped that pass to the left, and here came Watson wide open. Billy Bennett to try an extra point. Cumby, the free safety of the Cats, shaken up on that play, and they're helping him off the field. These 2 teams act like it's going to be 54-51. That's exactly the way they're acting.
Whoever has depth on defense might win this one, because these defenses, if this keeps up, are going to be dog-tired.
Billy Bennett going to try to tie this thing up. The Cats are in that 9-2 setup again. And Bennett sticks it up in there, and the kick is good, and we're all tied up again, and it's 14-14. 5.5 for a first down, 6.5 for a touchdown. Kentucky will try in the closing seconds of the first quarter for a field goal. Ball held on the 14. It's a chip shot. And the snap. They set it down, and the kick is up, and the kick is good. Boy, and Boss Bailey gave it one of his huge, tall dives over the top trying to touch it. So Kentucky leads 17-14. They hits Brown open. We're in white, and the Cats are in blue. We're in an I with 2 wideouts. Kentucky's in a 5. A toss sweep to Milton, trying to get him out to the right corner, and we did. And he got close to a first down. They bumped him out around the 45. Milton almost got 9 yards. Atwell, the free safety, kind of threw his shoulder into him. Milton may have that first down on the 45. We're 3rd and 10. We're on a Kentucky 13. We're behind by 3 in the second quarter. Cats in blue and we're in white. David Green in a shotgun with the 4 receivers. They want to blitz up the middle. Green goes up, says something to the center, and comes back again. David Green takes it, looks, fires, touchdown. Terrence Edwards just dove himself out, just laid out flat to the ground, 4 feet above the ground, and caught a ball, and Green laid it right in there. We change a couple of defensive backs. Kentucky second down, only one, trying to get a long drive going. They're up in their 40. 6:38 to go in a half. We're leading by 4 points. 3 wideouts. Lorenzen moves the running back. He's underneath, and now he's dropping back. He's going to throw a long bomb down the left side, and Abney caught the ball, broke loose from a defender, and got a touchdown. Abney looked right up at the right time, caught a ball down around our 20, and pulled his leg loose and took it all in. So now the big quarterback has thrown it a mile, and he hit Abney, his number 1 wide receiver, and the Cats take the lead back, 23-21.
Well, Abney beat DeMario Mentor, and then Mentor with the ultimate sin. He didn't make the tackle as Abney gets into the end zone for the touchdown.
6:21, and Begley in to try the extra point. We have, by the way, 10 men on the line. They set it down, and the kick is up, and the kick is good. Rondo tells me extra point. Bennett sticks it up in there good. And so we got a 4-point lead, 28-24. Timeout, pause for these words on the Georgia Bulldog. Pacula kicks, beautiful, high spiral. Damian Gary retreating, 16-yard line to the 20, to the 26, to the 31, and down up to the 40. Good return by Damian Gary, and running reasonably close to the sideline. And the Cats now with 6 men up on the line. David Green in the shotgun, got 4 receivers. David Green takes it, stops, fires, complete. Terrence Edwards leaped to catch it. Then they hit him near the sideline. He keeps pulling him down. He fumbled out of bounds as everybody dove for it down around the 20. But he may have stepped out sooner. Let's see where he stepped out. Irvin Flowers, the cornerback, was tugging on him. Boy, Terrence got up in the air, made a fine catch, and then tried to stay inbounds. He stepped out on the 26, they say. Cats change a man. We change a receiver. We're on the Kentucky 12. And here we are, 3rd and 10. You don't want to bog down here. The lead is only 4 points. 28-24. 4 receivers, shotgun. Big Watson goes in motion. And we pitch it to Terrence Edwards on the little inside screen. Touchdown. Terrence Edwards running that little tunnel screen inside. Watson went motion right. Terrence came from the right and came across.
Oh, another beautiful play as Terrence Edwards, the man of the hour, his 3rd touchdown catch today, gives him 9 for the year.
Extra point. Billy Bennett going to stick it up in there good. And the Dogs have taken an 11-point lead.
Yes.
35-24. Let's take time out here. The half. We're sitting outside of our 25 with a shotgun to Shockley. And we're going to go to Milton and get him out to the right corner. Milton's going to get about 17 yards or so. He gets it up to about the 40 and a first down. He stayed in bounds over there on that far side. Ronnie Riley, a linebacker, pulled him down. Milton, the little substitute tailback, went to the corner and then stayed in bounds and took 7-8 more steps. And Milton got it up to almost the 42 and a first down. Lauren, what do you got? Shotgun, and Browning is in now for Milton at the tail. The Cats are in a 5-man front. Shockley going to fake it to Browning, roll right, fired to big Watson, and Watson across the line. Stepped out after 10 or 11 yards and a first down. He went out to the right. Watson running right there with him. He hit Watson. Watson stayed in bounds 3-4 extra strides, and it's another first down. And the Dogs are slowly, almost methodically moving it down the field.
Dogs are going to go for it, Larry. They've got 2 fullbacks in, and they bring in the tight end, Brandon.
Well, we need about almost a full yard, and the Cats jam up in there. We are in like a powerhouse OT, and Shockley keeps it and sprints outside behind a blocker and is down the sideline and out of bounds. Huffman was the one that pushed him out. Wall through the block, and Shockley turned that right corner and stayed in bounds enough to get us down where he stepped out, they say, just inside the 20. Now we are goal to go on the Kentucky 8-yard line.
It really looks like Georgia's starting to take over the war at the line of scrimmage. Offensive line really getting a good push on that Kentucky defensive front. And with Snyder with a lead block that time for Wall, it was nothing but first down territory.
We're on the 8. We're in an eye. Only one receiver out wide. That's Damian Gary. Cats in a 5, almost a 6. Fake. Shockley jumped away from a man, throws a pass, touchdown, Damian Gary. Shockley faking behind the line, got away from a rusher, turned around, and then threw the ball to Damian Gary 15 yards away, who was on the goal line open. And Shockley, good ball handling and faking behind the line, and it's 41-24. Man, we got a 17-point lead.
Not enough.
No, you're right there, especially for a bunch of guys out of the hospital. Billy Bennett going to try the extra point. And they set it down. The kick is up. Jordan and Kilgo and Bennett put it in there. And Georgia leads 42-24. Clock moving, 9:38 and still running. And Billy Bennett, food poisoning and all, will come out with his law firm, Brian Jordan and Jonathan Kilgo, and try a field goal. It's 42-24 with 9:25 to go. And the Cats have got 9 men on the line. Set it down, and the kick is up there, and the kick is good. Good and strong. Bennett stuck it in there good. And so it is 45-24. Timeout these words on the Georgia Bulldogs. What did he say? Davite Sabaki.
I think you're saying something dirty when you say that.
I think that's what that Russian guy said. I might have to go in there at Longhorns and buy a bottle of champagne.
Well, you're going to have to get vodka if you speak in Russian.
52-24, the Dogs lead. Kentucky's on their 39. They got time for a play if they complete a pass or if they run it. And Boyd takes the snap, and we're coming on him. He breaks loose over the 40, the 35, the 30. Coming down this near side, hit off balance and went down around the 13. And the clock runs out. And that's the end of the ball game. The secondary, Greg Blue among them, had to get in on the tackle. And this has been a heck of a road win, I'll tell you that much, because these guys jumped us hard, and they have got some great weapons. And we took control in the second half. You talk about adjustments. Georgia wins 52-24. The singular wireless call of the game.